Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Building a Nation with Team Canada. And today we've got a very special episode for you because it is, of course, the beginning of the 2022 North American Champions League. Should be an excellent competition for us. It's another chance for us to get some more youngsters in the game, just a chance for us to play more players, because that's what we're all about. We're just all about getting more players into the game and that playing experience and improving and all that stuff, all them Canadians. Now, before we get to the games and the competition, I want to clear up a couple of things from last episode, namely a couple of transfers that I couldn't find on the list, but I managed to find them today. So here they are from 2021, right at the end of 2021. Traded Zach McMath to Real Salt Lake for a second-round pick, a third-round pick, an international slot for 2 years, and $275,000 in allocation money. Not a terrible deal. You add up all that value and it's okay. I mean, unfortunately, draft picks these days are not worth a ton. So, those are devalued over what they might be in other saves. So it turns out to be a pretty bad deal. But McMath didn't want anything to do with Team Canada, didn't want to take Canadian citizenship. So get out. Get out of the country. He has been banned from Canada. Get out. Sean Hundle, on the other hand, he is a Canadian. There's nothing he can do about that. But we did want to clear room in our starting lineup for other players to start, because I thought that Sean Hundle had kind of reached his level with us. He wasn't going to get much better than what he was, and he was still pretty good enough to start for most teams in MLS. So I figured trading him back to Toronto FC, he could go home, and he could become the starter there at TFC. Take a look at Sean Hundle real quick. I mean, he's still very good. He's still really good. Our scouts now rate him at 3 stars. Before, they had been rating him at 3.5 stars, which was his potential. So I don't know, maybe he can gain even more potential playing at Toronto. That would be excellent. But anyway, just, Vancouver, we need to keep moving. And when a guy starts to stagnate, we'll move him on and bring on somebody else that we can help to improve. So we sent him to TFC for 2 second-round picks. Not the greatest value again, but still, that's not what we're all about. So it was fine. Get rid of those 2 guys who were sort of stalwarts for us last year. McMath came in at the end of the year and was our starting goalkeeper all the way like the last 2 months of the season, and then the one playoff game we played. Sean Hundle obviously came in and started at striker for us almost all year long. Didn't play particularly well, but he was our leading goal scorer by the end of the year. So I guess he's got that going for him. But anyway, we'll see if he can score more goals in Toronto. So now let's get to our competition for today. It is North American Champions League. Board expectations is just to reach the quarterfinals, which should be pretty easy, because all we have to do is win our first round matchup versus Club Atletico Pantoja out of Dominican Republic. They got issues. Their best player here, Duaner Batista, played 28 times for the Dominican national team. It's pretty good. He's got 6 goals at only 19 years old. He's not terrific. He's not, on our team, he'd be our 5th best winger. So, he's not a great player, but he is their best player. And other than that, they don't got a lot going for them. The estimated value of their club is 1.2 thousand. So that's not a lot. If you're interested in buying a club, maybe you could scrape together a few bucks and buy Club Atletico. They do have a pretty good stadium, though. They play at the Olympic Stadium, Felix Sanchez, capacity 35,000. So that should be, they probably don't own that stadium. They probably rent it or whatever, but still, It's a pretty big stadium. We'll see how many fans show up. That will be interesting. So, is there anything else we want to look at? Maybe we want to look at the competition as a whole. Take a look at Champions League. See who's in it this year. Our old pal Walter Ferretti is in there. They're going to be playing against America. Houston versus Saprissa. Plaza Amador versus Pumas. Atlanta United versus Isidro Metapan. Who are these guys? El Salvador. That's right. I think we played against them before. But should be a good win for Atlanta United. Monterrey versus Minnesota. That's a big matchup in the first round. Municipal versus Tigres. Olympia versus San Jose. So a lot of strong MLS teams made it in. I mean, San Jose was very good last year. Atlanta United was very good. Houston was very good. I don't think Minnesota was that good, but I think they won the U.S. Cup. So that's probably why they're in it. But yeah, interesting group of teams. See New York City. Remember, they broke through in 2019 by winning the championship. Last year, though, it was Cruz Azul. Take a look at the history. How many times have we been runners-up? Most team goals. Few teams. Where's the... there it is, past winners. So we were runners-up in 2020. Haven't gotten back there since. LAFC was the runners-up last year after they beat us in the Cup. So we're sort of, third place. I don't know. I don't know how that works, but anyway, let's get to our games. We're going to try to get 2 games in today, so we're going to play with shortened highlights. We got a lot of players injured, including our starting goalkeeper. Luke McGee is out, and as you saw in the little transfer special there, we traded away Zach McMath. So we are incredibly short on goalkeepers right now. Norman is doubtful. Stankovic is out. So we're going to be playing a rotated side anyway, but we are heavy favorites. 7-4 odds. 1,600 tickets sold out of 35,000, so not a lot. 66 and breezy. So it's a little chilly for Dominican Republic. It should be very nice for us. I mean, the last game we played, it was like 34 degrees and sleet coming down. I mean, we play in the dome, so it shouldn't have mattered, but still. Terrible weather currently in Vancouver. Although the weather, from what I understand, in Vancouver, the weather never really gets that bad. I mean, it might get cold. It's kind of like, San Francisco type weather. Anyway, why are we talking about the weather? I don't know. Here's formation number 2. We're going to go with formation number 2. A lot of reserves in there. Got some of our starters on the bench, so just in case we need them. But we're going to go attacking, away from home, try to get those away goals, and try to see what our reserves can do in Champions League. So they're going with the old rocket ship formation here, the 4-2-2-2 narrow. Batista in the middle, taking the captain's armband. Played quite a bit. 10 appearances, 1 goal, 4 assists. Most assists, highest average rated player, so he is by far their best player. Meanwhile, we have Montgomery in goal, making his debut. He has not played a real live game. He's only played friendlies. So here we are, the 18-year-old goalkeeper. Then we have Ahmed at left back. Another one of our young players, Mark Thomas, academy player, 18 years old, central defender / right back. We're going to give him a shot at right back this year, not starting obviously, but as one of our reserves. Decent physicals, decent mentals, decent technicals for 18-year-old. Not bad. We just need him to improve and improve a lot. Then we have Villalba and Hakkinen in defense. Villalba, if you recall from last year, we picked him up at the end of the season just to add some depth in defense. Mexican national. He hasn't played for their national team or anything like that, so we could still, in 5 years, I guess, we could switch him over to Team Canada. We'll see. But he's got excellent technicals, pretty good mentals, okay physicals. He's only 5'10". But I mean, with these technicals, he can make up for that a little bit, I think. And then, of course, Hakkinen, Jackson Amell, another one of our new pickups, the Scotch-Canadian here. We're going to try to flip him over to Canada. See if we can do that. We have the option, but I'm going to wait to ask to represent until we have a chance to pick a team, so then we can put him on the team. And then our other Scotsman, Chesser. So we've got an all-Scottish midfield going on here. He is still quite a ways away from any sort of Canadian citizenship. He's completed 741 days. He's got 1,084 days left. Yeah, so he's got 353 before he could take citizenship, and then he's got another 600 and something until he can actually join the national team if necessary. Timoteo on the left, he's been improving some. 2.5 stars. We need him to get better. Some other guys have passed him up in terms of development, so this is a big year for Timoteo. He's going to be playing. He's not going to be our starter, but he's going to be playing quite a bit on the left-hand side if we don't trade him. There's also a possibility could trade him away. Adonijah Reed, another guy, big year for him. 22 years old. He has not hardly improved much at all, going out on loan. So we're going to keep him here this year. We're not going to loan him out. And we're going to see if he can improve when he's here in Vancouver. And then, of course, Theo Blair, the big man, taking the captain's armband today. He's improved some. He's got 12 finishing now. He's up to 2.5 stars. It would be very nice if he could continue this improvement. In real world soccer, he got his first goal, and it was pretty amazing. A volley off of just a ball that went skying into the air, and as it came down, he volleyed it, into goal. It was just an amazing goal. You should look it up. Theo Bear. And then Hendricks going to get another start for us. Look at that. Look at that improvement. That's what we want to see from Hendricks. At one time, he was 2.5 stars, so he dropped down a little bit. So we need to get him back on the improvement chart and get him back fulfilling this potential. And that's it. That's our lineup. Let's go. Let's get out of here. All right. Pep talk. We're the favorites. Give those 1,600 fans something to cheer for. What's going on here? I don't know. No idea. We'll just get to the tunnel. You chose to leave Nerwinski out. Yeah, a lot of our guys were they had that little fitness icon where they weren't fit, so I just rested a bunch of our dudes. So we'll send our assistant to tell him that. Look at those beautiful empty stands. All right. We are in the white jerseys, by the way. Yep, key highlights is all we're going to look at here. So let's go. Let's score a few goals and get out of here. They've already flip-flopped their defense around. Perez is now on the left. Pichardo on the right. Picardo? Anyway, here's the first highlight of the game. 6 minutes in. Putting on some pressure. Chesser getting aggressive. If he could get the steal here, that would be pretty dangerous. Nope, they drop it back. Are we in for a mega highlight? Tejada is going to bomb it forward. This should be our ball. There we go. Thomas, look at the youngster pulling it in. Instead of heading it into nowhere's land. Jackson Amell do a fancy little pass near side to Timoteo. He put a lot of English on that one for a Scotsman, and that was terrible. Timoteo, what are you doing? What was that? Was that going for Hendricks? Hendricks isn't that fast. He's only got 12 speed. You gotta aim that a little more, my dude. Timoteo, only 10 crossing. It's one of his drawbacks. He's more of like an attacking kind of winger. It's not bad, necessarily. We could use more players like that. Here's Hendricks. Can't get it to Bear. Is Pantoja going to get an attack? No, they're going to get crushed. Absolutely crushed by Chesser in the midfield. Jackson Amell gets it to Timoteo. He's going to try again. This time Hendricks is there. They must have been working on that play on the training ground. Just curl it into Hendricks on the back line. he's got some poacher in him. I think he really prefers to be a poacher. So there's a great tackle at midfield. Timoteo avoids that tackle and then just loops it in there. That's a much better cross. Outstanding. So Hendricks looking good. Like I said, I think he prefers, yeah, see, he kind of prefers to be a poacher. So we should probably make him such if he isn't. Yeah, he's playing advanced forward right now, which he can mostly do that. But let's give him up to the poacher role and see if that improves his play any. I mean, not that he's playing badly, but you know, we're looking for more goals this year. So if we can make our strikers more comfortable in their roles, maybe that will help. That's my theory anyway, and I'm sticking to it. So, 30 minutes down. We got a goal. That's fine. I'd like to get 2 goals by end of half. Just sort of try to put this one away. And here we go. Ahmed with the throw in. Timoteo heads it on. Not great. And Pantoja is gonna try to get a highlight of their own. Running away from Chesser so they don't get destroyed again. Perez, okay. So Reed says, I can do it too. I can crush people. Going to center it to Hendricks. Hendricks drops it back to Chesser. No delay there getting it to Timoteo. Oh, out wide to Ahmed. Getting forward. He sends one back to Hendricks. What is happening? What is happening? It's going to be a corner. That was a nice little cutback by Timoteo. He couldn't get an angle on goal. He's going to take the corner. Send it in. Nobody there. And there ends the highlight. Okay. So maybe we aren't going to get our second before half. But we are surely dominant. Oh, there's Bear. T-Bear making the steal after the poor touch by the defense. He's got nowhere to pass it, though. Ahmed! Ahmed! Hendricks screwed it up. I'd like to see a replay of that. I'd like to see if Ahmed did the Rabona. Oh, there we go. Timoteo gets his goal. Hakkinen heads it down. No. Or yes. No. Offside. I mean, he made a weird little motion when he passed that ball, but I don't know. Oh, yeah. Way off. Way offside. All right. That's fine. Another highlight. Come on. Here we go. We're still searching for that second goal. Chesser's going to bomb it forward. There's Hendricks. He's poaching it now. Oh, he's got Bear. Set up to the big man. There it is. Easy goal. You know, since we brought Bear in, he's gained 2 points in his finishing. He's gone from 10 finishing to 12 finishing. So that's pretty good. I'm happy with that kind of development. You know, I'd like him to keep improving, maybe get up to like 14 finishing. That would be outstanding. But, I mean, look at him. He's just... If you don't finish that play, like, what are you doing? You're not even professional players if you can't finish that. Both of those guys, both Hendricks and Bear, they had to finish that play. There was perfect setup. And if they didn't, I would have been very upset. You know, Bear's he's just not improving the way I feel like he should. He's improving some, but very slowly. All right, so there's half. 2-0. Outstanding. Let's get to the dressing room. Pep talk. Very happy. Let's go. No need to rock the boat. Let's just get to the second half. Jackson Ahmed. First highlight of the half over with. So where do I want to finish in Champions League this year? We're definitely going to win this series. So if we get to the next series, that's all the board wants. But, you know, I'd kind of like to get back to the finals again. I don't know if this team has it in it. I think we're pretty good defensively once we have our goalkeeper back. I think we'll be very hard to score on. It's just a matter of can we generate goals. But last year we had problems generating goals also. So the fact that we, lost some players, I don't think it's that big a deal. I think it's either we need to go out and get somebody who can score goals, or we need to make some sort of philosophical change, and I don't know what that would be. We already maybe go on attack more, maybe use formation number 2 more often. There's Thomas is going to send one in. Tried to get it to Bear, could not. PANTOJA tries to go forward, but just hopeless ball there to Mateo's. Got 2 men on him. Gonna loop one back post to Reed with the header. Too easy. He was unmarked. Everybody was too busy trying to keep a track of Hendricks that Reed was just wide open. Absolutely wide open. Can we go to the telestrator? No, it's too late for the telestrator. Too late for the telestrator. There's Reed scoring the goal. Good job. We didn't use the telestrator at all last season, I should say. Maybe we'll bring it back. Maybe we shall bring back the telestrator. We'll see. We'll see. 3-0, looking good. 20 shots to 0. That's bad. I don't know that I've ever seen a team get completely shut out in terms of shots. I'm sure it's happened, but I haven't seen it. So this would be pretty dominant performance, especially with only 50% possession. And they've got no shots. So they're just keeping the ball in their own end and trying not to make any mistakes. And it's not really working out for them. 85 minutes. This is fine. I don't think we need to necessarily make any changes at this point. Reed with a goal. Timoteo with 2 assists. Hendricks with a goal and an assist. And Bear with a goal. That's pretty good. All right, here we go. Extra time just about over. Perez with a unnecessary slide tackle on Hendricks. And Bear with an unnecessary goal. So take that. Take that, Mr. Payano. Is that the guy who did the tackle? No, it's Perez. I mean, look at that. That was he endangered Hendricks right there. Could have got a red card. And then Ahmed just said, oh, yeah, you're going to do that? We're going to send it into the big man. And he's going to slap another one on you. All right, we don't need to see that a third time. So ref needs to blow the whistle before a fist fight breaks out. That would be good. The 1,600 fans are going to riot in the streets. There we go. All right. Vancouver has not raised any eyebrows with their superiority today. That's fine. That's fine. We'll let the assistant give the pep talk. He does a good job. Way to go. We'll come back for the second leg, another trouncing. We'll see if we can put any other interesting players in the game. So we're going to pause it here. So pause.